They thought the camera would save them. It didn't. The camera was already recording. That's the part that still chills people, because every single person in this video thought the same thing. Just one more step, just one more shot, just one more moment. They believed distance, confidence, or familiarity would keep them safe. That somehow knowing the rules, or thinking they did, would protect them from the raw, unpredictable power of nature. They were wrong. Tonight, we're stepping into real footage, real encounters, and real mistakes. Moments where instinct took over and human certainty shattered in seconds. Every growl, every charge, every snap wasn't random. It was survival in its purest, most terrifying form. No myths, no exaggeration, no storybooks with happy endings. Just nature, reacting exactly as it always has. Fast, brutal, unforgiving. And as you watch, remember, what happened to them could happen to anyone. One wrong move, one misjudged moment, and there's no rewind, only the consequences. Yellowstone, June 18th, 2016. Pelican Valley was quiet that morning. Too quiet. Brian Cooper didn't notice that detail. He was 29. Funny, dared easily. The kind of guy who never said no to a story worth retelling. The grizzly did notice him. It was feeding on a bison carcass, a meal it would defend without hesitation. Grizzlies don't bluff. An adult male can weigh over 600 pounds, run faster than a car accelerating from a stop, and crush bone with a single bite. Brian stepped closer, phone raised, laughing. At 60 feet, the bear stopped eating. That was the warning. Head lifted, ears forward. A deep huff rolled across the meadow. Brian didn't stop. 2 seconds later, the charge began. The distance vanished instantly. One impact, one strike to the chest. By the time his friends screamed, it was already over. The bear returned to its meal. Brian never moved again. His phone survived. The last frame shows his face and the blur of brown behind him. Brazil, September 14th, 2018. Alcohol makes confidence louder. Paulo Ferreira had been drinking all afternoon, laughing, showing off. Someone joked about touching a jaguar. Paulo took it seriously. Jaguars don't roar for attention. They don't chase recklessly. They crouch. They calculate. And when they strike, they kill with precision. At the zoo, signs warned visitors clearly. Do not cross. Paulo crossed anyway. 8 feet away, the jaguar lowered itself into a hunting stance. Ears forward. Weight shifted back. That posture exists for one reason. The leap happened too fast to react. First the leg, then the neck. Jaguars don't suffocate prey. They crush the skull or sever the spine. The entire attack lasted less than 30 seconds. The animal wasn't punished. It behaved exactly as designed. Paulo's friends stopped laughing. South Africa, November 26th, 2014. Brenda Whitaker believed she understood animals. She'd traveled the world, fed strays, taken photos up close. This time she leaned halfway out of a safari vehicle. The guide warned her. She smiled and kept filming. Female lions weigh over 400 pounds. They hunt by ambush, and they react instantly to weakness or exposure. The lioness locked eyes, ears forward, body low. That wasn't curiosity. That was selection. One bound, one bite to the throat. The sound stopped first, then the movement. Her husband pulled. The lion pulled harder. It ended in seconds. The lioness was not euthanized. She did exactly what lions do. California, a dairy farm. Not every animal here was wild. Raul Ortega worked with cows every day. He knew them, trusted them. Then a machine failed. A vacuum pump malfunctioned. Noise exploded through the holding pen. 36 cows panicked, each weighing over 1,200 pounds. Raul fell. That was all it took. Hooves don't aim, they react. Bones snapped, ribs crushed, organs failed. By the time help arrived, there was nothing left to save. This wasn't aggression, it was physics. Montana, February 17th, 2023. Henry Morgan had raised bison his entire life. He preferred working alone. Just man and animal. Old school, hands-on. The bull he faced weighed nearly 2,000 pounds. Construction noise rattled the pens, disrupted the routine, and that was enough. Bison move faster than you think. They don't hesitate. They don't negotiate. Once they decide, it's over. One hit lifted Henry off the ground. Two more slammed him into the dirt. 10 seconds. 10 seconds was all it took for decades of experience to vanish, for instinct to claim the moment, for nature to remind a man, even one who thought he knew it, that some forces can't be tamed. Vermont, September 15th, 2021. Kyle Merritt wanted viral footage. Black bears usually run. That's what he believed. What he ignored was autumn, hyperphagia season, when bears eat constantly and defend food aggressively. Kyle didn't carry bear spray. He kept filming. The bear appeared at 15 feet. Kyle stumbled. The charge was immediate. Claws first, then teeth. Defensive wounds on his arms told the whole story. The GoPro kept recording after Kyle couldn't. It became evidence. The bear was later euthanized. Kyle's channel turned into a warning. Guadalupe Island, August 15th, 2019. Cage diving promised safety, but metal bends. A 17-foot great white struck the cage at full speed. Aluminum failed. Jake was closest. The shark bit through the opening. One bite to the torso. Inside the cage, there was nowhere to escape. By the time the crew pulled them up, both divers were gone. The ocean doesn't care about contracts. British Columbia, October 12th, 2020. Daniel Cho came for silence. He got watched instead. Cougars don't announce themselves. They stalk. This one had cubs. The attack came from behind. One leap, one bite to the neck. 30 seconds. That's all it took. The camera captured shadows. Nature doesn't need sound. Florida Everglades, March 22nd, 2018. Troy Lockett wanted views. He wanted clicks. He wanted content. He waded into the swamp, armed with raw chicken and a camera, feeding wild alligators like it was a game. One of them had already learned the lesson humans bring. Food means danger. The moment came faster than anyone could blink. The alligator exploded from the reeds, a 12-foot predator moving with lethal precision. Its jaws clamped onto Troy's leg, snapping bone like twigs. The signature death roll followed, spinning his body violently through the murky water. He struggled. He screamed. His phone kept recording. Every horrifying second captured. Other alligators circled, drawn to the chaos. No one was close enough to help. 14 minutes of terror, 14 minutes of unrelenting force. By the time help arrived, it was too late. Nature had claimed its due, leaving nothing but silence and a camera still recording. California, March 15th, 2019. Chimpanzees look familiar. Cute, almost human, but they aren't. Caesar, a 28-year-old male, had spent decades in the entertainment industry. Years of human contact didn't tame him, they sharpened him. That afternoon, Melinda Hart came close, 3 feet from the enclosure. Her camera is rolling. Caesar struck. First grab, then bite. The power of a human arm multiplied by 100, ripped through muscle and bone. 4 minutes. That's all it took. 4 minutes for strength, instinct, and dominance to overwhelm. There was no malice, no revenge. Just rules of the wild, clear and brutal. When the attack ended, Hart's body lay still. Caesar retreated, silent, unfazed, a stark reminder. Even the animals we think we know can turn deadly in seconds. Final thought. Animals don't hate us. They don't scheme. They don't plan revenge. They don't think in terms of right or wrong. They react. Instinct drives them. Survival drives them. And when humans forget that, that's when tragedy strikes. Every story you saw tonight, every encounter, every split-second decision, it all comes down to one simple truth. We are visitors in their world. And no matter how familiar we think we are, how confident we feel, or how safe we believe we are, that world doesn't bend to us. It follows its own rules. Fast, brutal, unforgiving. Caution, respect, awareness. Those aren't just suggestions. They're the only real shields we have. Because nature doesn't negotiate. Nature doesn't forgive mistakes. And the animals we see as majestic, as calm or as predictable, they can turn in an instant. So if this video made you pause, made your heart race, or made you think twice about the next time you step into the wild, remember this: watch, respect, and never underestimate the power of instinct. Hit like, subscribe, and carry this lesson with you, because nature never warns twice.